Reddit and the empty closets forum are full of people, gay, bi, straight, who are completely lost and confused about their orientation and freaking out about why they want to suck peepees or watch weird stuff after the use of porn. The high-speed generation's porn users are going online and asking for answers. On French forums, it's the same. Thousands of people posting, and so many don't know why they develop penis fetishes or fandom addictions. The common factor is internet use, porn, chat, dating sites.
Yes, and this is another example on Reddit in which a person says, or maybe even question my sexuality, at times leading to do something I never thought I would. Then he goes on to say, now we can ask the question, am I bi or gay? Well, the answers are neither because I have zero desire to be with a man in a romantic manner. And even sexually, I was only interested in how good it feels to the girl. Only the PP, to be honest. Nothing else. Went to the point for years that I ended up acting on these interests and gave a DJ to a friend. All the while, I'm in a wonderful relationship.
Wow. Somebody said as well, responding to them, that they can completely relate to what they are saying, so that they even took their ex-girlfriend's panty and lingerie and wanted to wear them, and it had them feel like crap and so confused afterwards. This started when this individual was in their 20s, a daily porn user, but at the point they wanted to start to insert themselves into the scenes as the female. And then after years later and doing a deep analysis on themselves, they found out that they just wanted the attention from the female. Wow. They wanted the attention that the female had. I mean, and then there's another question on here. Is someone saying, did anyone question their sexual orientation after watching too much porn? If so, did you end up switching your orientation, or did you end up remaining the same orientation after stopping?
So the question is, can homosexuality be influenced?
Wow. First, hello. This is the Shay's podcast, and we are into the Pride Month series. But to answer your question, Ariel, as we try to get people to take off their cultural dark frames and stop being blinded and so deceived, we want you to know that homosexuality can be influenced, not inherit.
Yes, absolutely. It can be influenced through the medium of porn in which, well, let me ask you this, right? It can be influenced through the medium of porn in which our homosexuality or our homosexuals for pornography. Do you think the majority of them are for that?
Of course.
They are. So the question to the applicants community is, do you think homosexuality is only inherited, or can homosexuality be influenced? Because if it can be influenced, then maybe perhaps the person isn't born gay. And that's the question that we're trying to answer, not whether or not people can be born gay, but we are going to explain to you, simply talk to you, that Satan or society or the government is using pornography to make men or to influence men to become gay. I'm pretty sure the government understands that, hey, imagine if we were to go ahead and get men to watch porn for years and years and years, especially Generation Z, in which in fact a lot of them are gay. Not us, thank God. Are going to go ahead and watch so much of it that they become so desensitized to the normal stuff that they're going to go to insert themselves to being a woman, therefore engage in homosexual activities, which is great because now the family structure and the family unit is broken. It's pretty brilliant if you ask me for them. Yeah.
When you delve into porn, and as we say many times on this podcast, as you continue to consume porn, your life becomes dull, your mind becomes dull. Nothing gives you any more excitement due to your dopamine being shot. But typically, imagine this. So a guy that's watched porn for many years is probably deviated from the normal content, so to speak. Meaning, just the penetration, the men and women, their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But now he's years of that, years of porn infiltrating his mind, years of perversion infiltrating his mind. And now he's watching, the stepmom, the grandma, side road, whatever, the BDSM, all these role play, porn, all the
Family
abnormal
reunion.
things, the crazy abnormal things, even though the entirety of porn is abnormal. But pleasure has no end. So you're going to continue to deviate to more and more perverse things because your brain has now adapted to what we call as the normality of sex, which is just the penetration. But throughout the years, you're going to keep it inching more into the more perverse stuff. And then you get to a point on where you're questioning your own sexuality, which is absolutely mind-boggling and insane that some men will sit there and advocate for porn and say that, hey, this is kind of positive. This is why we need to jerk off every day because of yada, yada, yada. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Not knowing that man, and I believe this is a hush hush thing amongst men, especially among Generation Z, and people who grew up looking at porn, that they're questioning their homosexuality. And so now they're honestly thinking, am I gay? No, bro, you're not gay. Just put the porn down.
There are so many things to say about that argument about whether it's inherited or not. Meaning, was a person born that way, which we have a video on, which is letting people know, no, you cannot be born gay. There are many factors and things that contribute to a person to be coming into this lifestyle. One of those factors being pornography, which we are talking about right now. And that is what pornography does, is warping your mind and is twisting you into, now you are starting to question your sexuality. You're starting to be confused and don't know who you are. Even things as such as a person may have been molested in their lives, or they may have been rejected by the opposite sex, and so now they turn to the same sex. Many things can happen. They can have dealt with abandonment issues in their lives, as where now their mother wasn't giving them any attention. So now the young lady is now turned into a female to try to receive what she should have received from her mother. A boy is now lacking the presence of his father, so now he is turned into another male to try to compensate for his father not being there. Many people have been called names growing up by family members. It's all types of slurs and things like that. And so now we started to believe those things and taking on those identities and believing that that is who we are. There's so many different ways that the enemy operates and tries to infiltrate homosexuality into people's lives. And so now a lot of people are believing that this is who they are. But you need to do a deep and believe that this is how they were and this is how they were born, this is how they created. But what you need to do is a deep analysis into your life and search and see, how has Satan creeped in? Because he came in through a small opening to bring that spirit into your life. So really search and see what ways that they have came into, which things have influenced you to be and to operate into that lifestyle and to act on those desires and those urges of homosexuality.
There is this other thing that the homosexual community, nobody dismiss auto kind of opinion. Essentially, those just saying, oh, it's already been scientifically debunked. It's just a slim theory of transgenderism. Okay, is it really? Because I honestly think that transgenderism can be a fetish. And I think that quite a lot of trans people are doing it because, one, through porn or mental illness, or it can be a fetish. Of course, that's defined with before. But read this other post on Reddit. The idea of being forcibly feminized, full of hormones, and turned into a girl to be used by a bunch of men until I forgot that I was straight for a man. That the guy was talking about how porn developed that fetish. Again, we're going to go ahead and sit here and think that transgenderism cannot be a fetish. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And that post, it received quite a lot of likes. So please, do not be naive into thinking that everything is inherent. No. We live in a evil world in which Satan is going to go to influence you to be trans, gay, of course, both intertwined. And understand that, please. And that's what Pride Month, everything that it stands for, is bad, at least regardless of democracy.
The Reddit comments, all you could constantly see is people saying that they are confused, that they are questioning their identity. There are some people that may be watching this right now. You're struggling. You were born a man. You have male parts, but you are feeling like a woman. You are a woman, and yet you feel like you are a man. And you are now thinking about transitioning and turning over to that opposite lifestyle, where now you're feeling as if you have these desires and these attractions to the same sex because of some things that you have been exposed to. And so now you're thinking like that, and now you're confused in your mind. But the Bible tells us that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. So if you do not have peace in your heart about anything, and you're wrestling with your sexuality, and you're confused about your identity, and you're confused about your gender, know that that is not from God, but that is of Satan, that is of the enemy. And he wants you confused because he knows that if he can get your mind, he can get you. He can capture you and lead you down into that life of sin. And that's all that he needs to do is to get into your mind, and then he can get you to act on those desires and those urges. But understand this is that you do not make any permanent decisions based off of temporary feelings, because our feelings are fickle. Our feelings change so much. One minute we can be happy, the next minute we can be sad, the next minute we can be mad. So don't allow yourself to make decisions that can alter your life permanently just because of a temporary feelings. Go to God with those emotions and pray to him and talk to him and work those things out with him, and he will walk you through that and help you on that journey.
For the men that are consumed with porn and have gotten to a point where you've questioned your sexuality, just as Ariel said, I mean, step away from it for a few, or forever. Essentially, step away from it forever, and notice how a few months you start to regain your sensitivity towards the world. Get off of porn. Some of the women are gonna look, prettier. Of course, you don't want to have bad intentions with that, but just look how the women's look more pretty. Look at how you are surrounding yourself with things that are positive towards your good purpose, and just see how you're ecstatic towards this day-to-day activity. Everything becomes more full, everything becomes more vivid when you stay away from porn. But as you're, delving into it and deviating into more perverse content, and everything becomes dull, and you're ultimately just consumed by your sexual desire. It's just being destroyed.
Yeah. And yet, the LGBT community, I saw everybody goes off of this last words. In the LGBT community, a lot of them are for porn. Yes, there are homosexuals who are against it. They understand that pornography is very immoral. They're going to say it's good for us to go ahead and explore your sexuality. And then, plus, we're all about that. We're all about exploring our sexuality. And I think porn is also a very good way in which you can do that. And then yet we have these men all across the world, in France, United States, everywhere. I'm saying, I don't know, I'm confused. Who do I turn to? Gay people. Yes, you're okay. Don't feel bad. Why are you feeling confused? That's who you are. Guys, that's a lie straight from the enemy. You are not gay. You are born to reproduce, to continue on in society. You are not born to go and have degenerate sex in which you misuse your body. So please understand that.
Hand me that book. Hey, if you're struggling, go ahead and get your hands on this book right here. Your brain on porn. Gary Wilson. Go ahead and get your hands on this copy, man. Get your hands on this book. We're not sponsored by him. We don't know him, but go ahead and get your hands on this book. Change your life.
If you guys are watching porn, make sure to stay away from it. Run away from it as far as you can, because it leads to nothing but mass destruction towards yourself and society, essentially. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and Shades out.
Yes.